welcome back to my channel once again. I'm so happy to be with you today on this channel. So today's tutorial is going to focus on the flayed top you are seeing on the screen. So I'll be showing you how to draft this flayed top perfectly with your slash and spread method right here on your basic bodies. So right here you can see I've already drafted my basic bodies, and I believe you know how these basic bodies is being drafted. Okay, so if you don't know how to draft your basic bodies, I'll be dropping the link on the description box below. So right here I'll be explaining to you what I have on this pattern. This is the front piece of this my bodies, and this is the shoulder line from which all my measurements are taken from. Here I have my neck width and my neck depth, okay, for the front. So here I'm making use of a neck width of 3.5 inches. So from the shoulder to the neck depth is 3.5, and from the center front to the neck width is also 3.5. So I'm using 3.5 by 3.5. How did I get 3.5? I used my bust divide by 12. So for you to get your accurate natural neck width, please use your bust divide by 12. Whatever figure you have, you insert it on your width and insert it on the depth, because the top we are making in here is a flayed top with a keyhole. Okay, so it's somehow a high neck. So whatever thing you have, you can also decide to add 1 inch to it, so you can have this neck wider than what we have, because you need to pass your neck. This top we are making does not have a zipper at the back. It's a flat top, and the neck needs to be actually wide for you to pass your head. Okay, so if you use your bust divide by 12, you can add +1 to it and use it for your neck width and your neck depth. All we are trying to do here is to ensure our neckline is not tight, so that at the end of the day, after making this top, you find out that your head cannot pass through it. So make sure the neck is as wide enough. But of course, it's a keyhole, and that will give us an opportunity. So that's why I'm using 3.5 by 3.5. And the keyhole opening, I'm going to come up by 1.5 from the chest line. This is my chest line. This is my bust point. This is my waistline. So if you look at the waistline, you can see I added my dart intake of 1 inch. From here to here, I have a dart of 1 inch, which we are going to slash. Okay, I shared it 0.5 from the center line, 0.5. And from the center front on the bust line, this is the bust point line, I came in by my bust span divided by 2. So if you look at here, you can see my bust span divided by 2 is 3.5. And from there, I have to draw my dart leg. And from there, I also created my bust dart. So for the bust dart intake, people, this bust dart is 2 inches. That is the difference between my front length and my back length. So that is the bust dart I have. So with the bust dart and the waist dart, we'll be able to slash and spread and get a perfect flay in here. Okay, so right here we'll be jumping into this tutorial proper. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this each week. Like this video and share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section as well. So now I am going to start this tutorial immediately, and I want you to observe all I did in here. This is my armhole. I came in from the chest line. To determine your chest line, you'll be using your bust divide by 6 plus 1.5. okay, so with this you will get this line. Okay, from the shoulder drop of 1 inch, you'll be measuring whatever thing you get in here. From here, that will be your chest line. Like I said, I'll be dropping the link on the description box below. The purpose of this tutorial is to create this flay using slash and spread. So now the first thing I want to do in here, as you see me right now, to determine to get this top accurately, is this is the full length. Please don't forget. So your desired length is your choice. If you want it to come a little higher or above or on the hip or wherever, even with this method you can also make a flayed gown. Okay, if you want it to get to your knee, just extend from the hip to the knee, and that is it. So the first thing I want to do here is to extend this dart. If you look at this dart, the dart is stopping at the waist. So I'm trying to extend it because we are going to slash open. I'm extending this dart to get to the hem, as you can see. Okay, so I've extended the dart right now to the hem. Okay, so it does not really matter how wide the dart will be in there, because we are going to slash and spread to have this beautiful effect. So now on my bodice here, I have on my chest line, I measured my bust divided by 4. That is what I have here. And on my waist is my waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch of my dart. This is 1 inch, I added it. My waist here divided by 4 is 9 plus 1 inch of my dart is 10 inches. Then here I measured my hip divided by 4. So it's time for us to start slashing and spreading so as to get a perfect fit for our flared dress. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cut exactly from this part. I came out by 0.5 or 0.75, connected my 2 inches waist dart, divided my 2 inches bust dart by 2. This is 1 inch, 1 inch. And I came out by 0.5 or 0.75, connected it to the center line and back to the chest line. This is to accommodate this dart when we close it. So right here, I'm cutting through my armhole line. The armhole line is 0.75 from the center midpoint of my armhole. Go in by 0.75 with a straight line. You connect from the tip of the shoulder, and then you have your curve to it. So now I'm cutting through my shoulder line and I'm going through my neckline. I wanted to talk about the keyhole line. Okay, so what I was trying to explain is this. From the keyhole line, from the chest line, I'm coming up by 1.5. Okay, from the chest line, just come up by 1.5. And that will serve as your keyhole. So your keyhole can be decorated this way. You can decide to create, you can see how I place my ruler. Just give it a little opening. That is if you wish. But if you don't want to do that, soulmates, what you are going to do is just to cut on this line straight. Okay, but for this tutorial, I wish to cut through this to form my keyhole. Can you see? And then I'm cutting through the center front. So the center front you have in here, people, is going to be cut on fold. So if I'm placing it on my fabric, I'm going to cut this part on fold. Okay, all right. So now the main business of the day is the flay top, the flay top or the circle top, using slash and spread. So I'm cutting off the waist dart, which I extended to the hem, as you can see. So once I cut off this waist dart right now, it will give me the room to close my bust dart and create that flay. So to close my bust dart, you can see this is where I'm going to cut off to close up my bust dart, and I'll apply my adhesive. And I'll pick up my bust dart and close it accordingly. So you can see everything has been closed and the dart has been accommodated. So people, this is what we have right here, but we are not yet done. From this particular line, which is the chest line, okay, which is the measurement of the shoulder divided by 2 that we extended to create our armhole, I'm going to slash more from that point. Okay, so you can see me placing my ruler at that point now, and I'm going to draw a straight line on that point because that is where I'm going to slash more. Okay, so right here I will cut through. Let me trim off what I have here first. Okay, this is the full length. I'm trying to trim it off. So right here, I'm going to open up this line. Can you see? To the armhole. And then I'm going to extend everything. So I'll be placing this on the fabric right now, and you can also place it on the paper and cut. Okay, maybe I will be using a paper to place it now for you to see the final outlook. Okay, so let me quickly do that. But before I do this, I will close up this once again because we need to create the back. Okay, so I'll be getting a piece of paper. I'll close this temporarily for now till we are done with the back. So let me just close it temporarily for now so I can use this to draft my back. So to draft my back piece now, I'm bringing in another paper, as you can see. So all I'm going to do is to place what I have here exactly on the paper. I'm going to have just little alterations. So I'll make sure the center front line matches with the center back. Remember, there's no zipper going to be added to this at all. So that is why I'm matching it up accordingly. So all I'm going to do for the back right now is to come to the back neckline. I believe you are seeing what I'm doing here. Okay, to the back neckline, I'll simply rule a matching line, okay, from the tip of the line, just like creating my border line. Can you see? So once I've created that border line, please don't allow this to, let me tape it more so it does not shift. Okay, all right, so now my neckline for the back, I'm going to do 1 or 1.5. okay, so we can do 1.5 so it is not too high. So I did 1.5 at that point, and I'm placing my pattern master to the 1.5. Can you see how I placed it? Can you see that? So I've created the back neckline at 1.5. This is the mid armhole, remember? And you know, for the front sleeve, we came in by 0.75. okay, so what I'm actually going to do is to come out from here by 0.25, thereby eliminating what we had, okay, the 0.25 excess, because for the, if you are making your back neckline, your back armhole, okay, all you are going to go in is by 0.5, because the back is shallower than the front. So since I'm using the front pattern, I'll just come out by 0.25 and connect it back to the armhole. What am I creating here? I'm creating the back piece of these bodies. So right here, I'm going to quickly connect all these lines. As you can see, I'll quickly connect all these lines. Everything, I'm connecting them the way they are. Okay, so I'm bringing them back. Okay, and right here, I'll also go this way and connect back exactly what I have right here. I'm going to round it off like this. Okay, all right, beautiful people. So now I'll cut out the back. I'm cutting out the back. This is the back pattern. As you can see, the back pattern is same with the front, only with little alterations. So the little alterations I just made is on the armhole and on the neckline. If not, everything remains the same. Can you see? Everything remains the same. So I'm cutting through the shoulder seam line, and I'll cut through the neckline, as you can see. So now I'll be cutting through the line I marked here. All right, so now we are done with the back and the front bodice. I'm taking away my seal tape right now. So on this part we slashed and spread, I'm going to also rule my line. I'll just open it a little bit so I can place my ruler and transfer this line back to the back. Okay, so like I said, front and back are the same. So what I'm going to do is to slash my back pattern on that line. Can you see? I'm slashing it on that pattern back. Okay, so I'll be labeling this as my back. Remember, this is the center back and it will be cut on fold. This is my fold sign. So the center front is this. I'll set the back aside. The center front is this. This is the center front and it will be cut on fold. So I'll be demonstrating this right now using, I'll be placing a paper below it. Okay, I'll just place a paper below the pattern paper and it's time for me to slash and spread. So to slash and spread this pattern right now, I'll be placing this pattern on the edge. That is the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I align it on the edge like this, and I'm going to apply my adhesive to it as well so it sticks on the pattern. So now I'm going to place it as you can see me do right here. So I'm placing it in a way that I can have everything on the edge. Okay, so you can see that this part is already on the slashed line. I'll just tape it down as you can see. So next is to slash this part. Okay, so I'm going to slash this part. I'll be slashing and measuring. I'm slashing at 7 inches. Okay, I'm slashing. You can also slash at 6 inches, but I'll be slashing this at 7 inches. So this is my 7 inches line. As you can see me measure from here to here at 7 inches. So at 7 inches, I'll apply my adhesive and stick up to the 7 inches. Okay, so from here to here I'm slashing at 7 inches. Can you see that? So now the next thing I'm going to do, I will be connecting the lines. The lines I have in there, I'll be connecting them all the way from here, all the way from this point. Can you see? I'll just make a form of circle. You know how we cut our fillet? Can you see? So I'll give it that fillet hem effect. So now I'll be cutting through. Okay, so another thing I want you to note, because if you look at this line we slash right now, we have created fullness to this. So if you really need your bust, if you really need your bust to be, that is the bust intake, if you really need it to, you know, be fitted on the bust, okay, you can just come in here and do 1 inch. So if I do 1 inch from this point to this point, what does that mean? It means I'm bringing out this pattern from where it is, and I'll place it on the 1 inch like this. Can you see? That is to have it fitted. Okay, if you want it fitted. If you want it more fitted, you can go in by 0.5. okay, so it's all your choice. So since I want it fitted now, I'm leaving it at 1 inch from here to here. So this part is the bust line, and my bust divided by 4 is 10 inches. So you can see I still have my 10 inches there, and on the bust point I have just 1 inch which I added to this. Okay, so now if you want it to go more than that, if you want it to be free on the bust, keep extending on this line, bust line. I believe you understand what I just explained. So now I'm cutting off from the hem part of this dress. Okay, and I'll just go cut like this. You can see how I just cut it. okay, and I'll just go into the armhole, okay, and cut off the excess. And this is a front dress. So all you are going to do now is to place your fabric on fold. Once you place your fabric on fold, you will be cutting in through the keyhole line at 0.5 0.5 to create that keyhole effect, okay. So now for the back, I'm going to place my pattern for the back. So for my pattern for the back is just simple. So all I'm going to do for the back right now is to place my pepper as well. So my pepper, I'll be placing it right on the edge. Okay, I'll be placing it right on the edge. Okay, I don't actually have much pepper right here, so let me use the edge of this part. I'll be using the edge of this pepper so I can, wow, so this part is off, so please don't allow it to get off. Don't allow it to get off. So I'll just step it down back again, okay. So what I'm trying to say is that the CB has to be on a straight edge if you are using a full pepper, okay. So herein I'll just manage the pepper I have here, okay. So making sure I place this on the edge, on the line, just as we did for the center front. So I will just step it in like this, as you can see. Then I will still extend. I'm going to measure what I have here for the back because it needs to be equal. So what I have here for the back right now, from here to here, I finally had 5. Okay, because we extended, we came in a little by 1 inch. So this is what I'm going to do. Placing this on a straight edge like this, I'll just measure from here to here at 5. And I'll just bring it back at 5, okay. So this is what I have in here. I'm going to apply my adhesive. I'll also apply same to this, making sure this is on a straight edge like this. I'll tape in my adhesive and measure my 5, okay. So what you have in the front needs to be equal with what you have at the back, okay. So now I'm done. I'm going to cut from here and give it that curvy flay effect. Then from here I'll just cut to the armhole and cut off my armhole for the back, okay. All right people, so this is it, and that is the back pattern, okay. So this is what you are going to place on your fabric. Like I said, center back will be placed on fold, and you place your fabric and cut. Then coming over to the front, this is the back piece. There's no zipper, okay, and this is the neckline, the armhole, the slash and spread. Then this is it again for the front piece, like that, like that. All right people, so you'll be drafting your sleeve and attach to it accordingly, depending on the kind of sleeve you do. So thank you very much for coming to this tutorial once again. This is how we come to the end of this tutorial. I believe you enjoyed this slash and spread class. Please make sure you practice this, okay. All right, so I'll be dropping the link to our WhatsApp group on the description box below, okay. We also have online classes on Telegram, which you can also join us and benefit maximally, okay. So thank you for coming back once again. See you in my next video. Bye.